Good afternoon. Welcome to Boom Your Business. I am your hostess, Yane Robinson, along with our guest and expert speaker today, Cassandra Bradford Wilson. Yay! Today we will get the ground running for 2016. There's no going backwards unless it's only for reflecting and making the changes necessary for our lives, our families, and our business. Today's agenda, we are going to do a quick little game of Guess My Job or Hobby. Then I'm going to talk to you about clarity and how it impacts our lives and businesses, creating that plan that's going to change your life and your business, a few minutes for a think mode. Then we'll hear from Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson of Genesis Solutions. And then I'm going to take a business idea and break it down on how to think about that. And then, of course, key it in with my friend Cassandra here and do some Q&A for any questions. So, write down your job or your hobby. And we're going to play a little guessing game to see who is who. You can pass that too.
You said
job or hobby.
Or hobby? Or?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I should put the hobby.
Fold it up.
Yes.
Let me get one more good fold.
Pass. I'm gonna mix it in my little magic cup here. I forgot to bring my bag downstairs. All right. This person is the music producer.
Yeah. Let me see. Could it be Miles?
I mean, that's too easy. That's obvious. I had to look. I mean, obviously.
Lord have mercy.
I should have just kept mine in my pocket.
You should put your hobby.
You right.
Who is the grant writer in the room? Well, you just want to guess everybody? I have to give you a try.
Character profiling. He's a character profiler.
You get another skin intelligent.
You get another
Intelligent.
skin
Thank you very much.
That's that brother, another skin intelligent.
You're going to be real skin intelligent.
That is magnificent. Yeah.
Crash test dummy.
Oh, crash test dummy.
No.
Who was the crash test dummy?
Oh.
That was interesting. No.
Cassandra.
Yeah. There we go.
I don't
It was
know
right.
That was.
Mm-hmm.
It was? Y'all was all looking at me.
I was just looking around like.
The music, recording, and poetry.
Could that be you?
We were talking yesterday. I remember. We were talking yesterday. I'm sorry. We need a bigger room, man.
I know.
We need a bigger room, man.
Yeah. Data entry operator. Oh Lord, I'm scared to see this last one. This person likes to read.
Oh, I like to do that too. That could be my hobby. Yeah.
Well, now that's it.
Well, that's it.
I should have put that too.
See, you better think.
I went for job first.
She said that.
I know, but I went for job first.
You think about that money?
It's about the money.
Well, I did that so that we can kind of
Get familiar
with each other, understand each other's backgrounds and stuff before we jump in. So many times people try to separate themselves from their business. But in all actuality, if you're doing something that you love, your business is a part of you. Mm-hmm. At least I believe that concept. Hey. Did I freeze out? Oh.
Who's that?
That would be me.
You sure? That's you?
I have 10 years experience working in the charter school field. I've helped start charter schools out in Long Island as well as here in New York. I support school leaders, administrators, teachers, parents, and students in a variety of ways. I also help with test preparation, analyzing assessments, and using that data to make the classrooms a stronger place for all of the people involved. I am also the CEO and founder of Reading for Smiles, which is a literacy company that tutors children from kindergarten to 8th grade around reading, writing, and vocabulary. And welcome. I can't wait to move on. So, people say, what's the $1 million question? I say, what are the $2 million questions? Today we will discuss what it will take to create your business and or take your business to the next level. And the number one question is, what problem are you solving? And then the second question is, why are you the one to solve it? What will it take to get clear? How clear is your vision for your business? These are my 5 tips that I personally use to keep everything in order. When I first started Reading for Smiles, well, first of all, I was studying at the United Nations, and it was part of my master's degree program to create a nonprofit that would touch the globe, right? So I chose literacy because I was already working here at the school and wanted to make a difference. So I'll go back. I didn't say anything to anyone. I worked really hard on that plan, and we had to pitch it. Of course, I got the grade mark of an A. So it was very easy for me to go ahead and make it a reality. But what made it forced was I was tired of doing 12, 14-hour days, helping others start their schools and being the lowest paid person on the team. Like, no. But, so I thought about it, and I said, I can take this plan I did for school and make it a reality. And I did that. So I pitched it first to 2 friends. And they were like, yeah, no, I don't know. So I was like, well, I know. I can't take this, and this check ain't that great, so I'm starting something. So I worked on it. I researched everything I didn't know. I do not have a degree in education at all. Nor did I plan on trying to learn about education at all. That was not the goal for me. I thought I was going to be at the White House or working for the United Nations. That's what the goal was. However, by me being involved in the school process and being smart enough to be in the process and people trusting me with their charters and stuff like that, I learned a lot from the startup side. So then I needed to learn the academic side. What was it going to take? What is it that these kids really, really need to know to get the ball rolling? So I planned everything out. And, oops, going the wrong way. Tip 1 is think about the business you have and or want to create with great detail. Leaders turn your vision into ideas and ideas in turn to action. So for me, everything was, I need to know how much tools are going to cost. What is it that the snacks and stuff is going to cost? What if we were paying rent? What if I wasn't paying rent? What does our schedule look like if I'm inside of a school? What does the schedule look like if I'm in my own location? When I say I really broke it down piece by piece, I really did. So these are the things that I was working on before I said anything to anyone. And that's how clear you have to be with your business, or at least with your idea. Tip 2, you have to research different areas of your business so that you can reach the goals you want to achieve. Is anyone else doing this? How do I differ from them? Is a great question. Is there a need for this type of business? Can I address this need from location, or can I do this online? Who will benefit from my business and why? And what legal documents do I need to form this business, state and federal? So I was clueless in Seattle about everything. So I'm on the phone. Well, listen, I want a nonprofit, and I want people to donate. What do I have to do? Oh, you need to call this office. Okay, I called that office, and apparently none of these state and federal offices talk to one another.
Wow.
They don't.
Like usual.
So, and I was given some wrong information about certain things. So it even slowed me down a little bit more, but I stayed in it. I stayed in it because I was like, I'm not paying you all these different fees for nothing. And then I started getting mail letters saying, oh, you know, pay us $1,000 and we'll do your 1023 for you. And I said, I don't have $1,000, but I do have a working brain. So, not for nothing. And then I went to business people that I knew, and they too told me, oh, it's going to take you 1 to 2 years before you can get your nonprofit status. And then I found out that was a lie, because when I did it, it took us a couple months. That's just because we were trying to find through the reading. It's a lot of words and organization to that. But I turned it in January 1st. I'll never forget. It was New Year's Day. I dropped it in the mail. I got a call in March from the IRS. And then he said, I need to iron out some things with you. I said, okay. What? So he went through it. He said, write this up to me. You guys could fax it over to me. So I did it. Then he called me 2 weeks later. I'm going to approve you. Hello? What? I'm going to approve you. Everything is fine. You are now officially a 501c3, and we'll backdate this from the time that you started your organization. So I said, so I was like, 4 months. It did not take that long. Shame on the person that told me that. And that means these are people who had experience, and they've been doing it for this long. Because what do? You ask people who
That's already
been there. But what I had to also realize is that everybody's story is not going to be my story,
Right.
and you got to sometimes create your own.
Question everything. Dogma. Question everything.
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 There you go.
Tip 3. Flexibility is crucial to your business. Whether you are flexible in your location, your products, your services, or your pricing. These are all things to be flexible about, but never be flexible on the actual goal, right? So when I first started, we were in the hood, right? And it was fine until they didn't want to clean up nothing.
Right.
And I was like, this ain't going to work. But this program still got to exist.
Right.
So what did I do? My friend was like, you need to talk to your old boss. By that time, I had already quit working here. And I had sent out a nice little letter to everyone saying, guess what? I'm going to start this business, and I'm going to have a function to introduce it to you guys. Would you just come out and support? And everyone did. We had an awesome first fundraiser, because I also use it as a fundraiser, to get the ball rolling. And I made my boss sign a letter of approval that I can attach with my documents to the IRS to qualify as for a location. Long story short, I was so fed up. I got a phone call from here, like, we're getting ready to do a federal project. Can you come back and work for us? Because we need somebody to manage it. Now it's like, if I do that, can my program come to the school?
Negotiate, girl.
All day. And he said, yeah, whatever. We'll make it work. I said, no. We need this down.
Right?
And this got to be concrete. Because I'm not coming here to play no games when I come here. Like, I left the first time because they didn't want to pay me no money. So I had to go who was going to pay me. Right. And I was addressed with ageism because I'm still the youngest person on the administration team here. And I was blatantly told, you're too young to be making that type of money. I don't know what you're thinking about. And I said, what, mister? You better give me my coins. I'm up in here busting my I'm coming over here. What? I don't understand. I do all the work. I'm answering phone calls and messages for you. I don't understand why I can't get a raise. And all I wanted was a raise. And then he wouldn't even match it. But it's so funny how God works, right? Because he brings people right back to you. So this time, I didn't even care about the salary when I walked in this time. and said, I just need the space. I need to be able to grow my program. And the conditions of where we were at were no longer safe. So, and everybody feels comfortable dropping their kid off here in the school. Plus, it was free marketing. Well, I mean, a student population of 400. I'm just saying. So you be flexible. So I was flexible in location. I was flexible about whatever discussions I needed to have, but I stayed focused to the goal, and that's my main point. Never give up on whatever your business goal is. Then tip 4, be active. You must be active most of the time. There are times when you have downtime, small pockets, but that you will be only because you remain clear with everything in your plans. You must be ready. You must show up for you, your clients, and your business. Every action will get a reaction. So, quick synopsis. I made a lot of my money in the parties. I was a club person. Yes. Party over here.
Yeah, that's good.
And everyone was going crazy when I said, I can't go out no more on a Friday night. And I don't care who's hosting. And I don't care who we got coming out. And I don't care what DJ is coming out. I'm going to go to bed because I got some kids I'm going to teach in the morning. So everybody was like, what? You corny. And I was like, no, I'm not. Y'all sitting here playing games. I was, 27 or 20? Yeah, about 27 then. And I was like, no, been there, done that. I had parties so much it's out of my system. And I wanted to be focused. So that was something that I gave up in order to keep being active. Can't hang out and then come teach kindergartners early in the morning. Ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
No, ma'am.
But also that I was willing to talk to anybody who would listen at the beginning as well. I got this program that I really want to launch. Everybody was tired of hearing me. Don't shut up talking about that program and them kids. Listen, we got a need here. And growing up in the projects, I knew that there was a serious need there. I was tired of seeing kids that looked like me, not understand that they had options outside of that. So when we first started, we had predominantly all black students. And now, today, we have a whole mixture. I have Tibetans, Bangladesh, Indian, and a lot of the different Latino states. They are all here. They are all here. So they, too, understand the power of the knowledge and stuff. And the things that we cover is not traditional reading and writing. I just implement it in the different things that I teach them. So you got to be active. Tip 5. Persistence is everything. Like I said, I started talking to people I didn't want to talk to. I wouldn't normally talk to. Councilman. Who then actually became a friend, right? Because you don't know what you don't know until you get hit with it. And you don't know who is who. So I stopped judging books by the cover. You never know. Some of the wealthiest people I've met downtown look close to being homeless. Yeah, the guy, he owns all those buildings downtown on Walker, and I'm like, you own the building? I was being introduced. I'm cute.
Just like she was saying earlier about
About
you're buying the materialism and all that. I met Sam Walton before he passed. This man drove everywhere. He didn't have no jet plane or none no junk like that, but he drove an old pickup truck. And he dressed in an old plaid shirts with blue jeans with a Walmart cap. But he didn't look like, he didn't come in, he messed up a whole store one day because a lot of them didn't know who he was. So he just came in one day. And he was just looking around and seeing that the people weren't doing what they supposed to do. He fired the manager, the system manager, some of the department managers that day because he didn't look normal. And that's it. They didn't even know who he was. But he dressed like that all the time before he died.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. So that's why I said you have to just show up and be ready all the time. Because, and I mean, actually, he was so generous. We actually held a red carpet fundraiser in his building that time. I had my dad cook, and they were showing the Emmys or the Oscars or something. And then the proceeds that came in that night came into us.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it was. Because I'm telling you, I was looking at him like, he ain't got no money. Why are we here? But couldn't been no more wrong. Couldn't have been no more wrong. So I learned a lot. Do not judge nobody.
Book
You
by
don't
its
know.
cover,
You don't know what
know.
anybody's story is
That's
and what
right.
it took for them to get to where
That's
they
right.
are. Everyone will tell you why not, but only you can say or know why you should. And you have to surround yourself with those who want to see you succeed and those who want to truly succeed too. So the other mission behind that too, as even within this business, was my friends have been great to me in supportive ways in different ways, right? And my family, well, some family has been well too. However, though, what made me step out and start seeking coaches and stuff was because I could no longer be fed by that group of individuals anymore to go forward. They will always be my sounding base, but to take it to the next level, I knew that I was going to have to break some comfort zones and be persistent and know that my goal was bigger than me to do that.
If you're the smartest person in your group, you need to leave.
Absolutely.
Can't
Say
be the
it
smartest
again.
one at the
Change
table.
group, yeah.
Can't be the smartest one at the table.
It was time to level up. Trust me. I was like, I'm saving for a house. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to learn it on my own. And that's exactly what got me to the 5 years, because I studied and read everything. But you got to know when to say, let me listen here. Let me see about this here. There's always somebody who knows a little bit more than you. So I take that seriously now.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, can I ask you a question before you move on?
Sure.
My question is, you, like Cassandra was saying, if you're the smartest one in your group, you have to leave. So, was there a lot of rejection from your friends and your family when they felt like you were pulling away because you knew that it was something more that you needed to do for you?
No, but I couldn't have the conversations that were necessary.
Okay.
You know? So if I'm sitting there thinking of how can I expand? Like, me expanding was huge for me. I still really do. I want to be global at the end of the day. I mean, I started at the UN, why not? It was meant to be a global program. So I'm just on this path to that. So now it's clicking in more, like, you need to change
Your mindset?
mindset.
Yeah.
Well, the mindset came once I put the money down.
Right.
I was like, what's that movie? When Whoopi Goldberg don't want to give up the check in Ghost.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, no, I didn't know. That's my house.
That's my house.
And then a friend who was investing in herself at the same time said, "Gonna give it up."
What?
Because guess what? But give it up in a good way. Go ahead and pay. Because I'm invested in, she did John Maxwell. And I said, she was like, girl, just do it. Because you don't know what doors of opportunity can happen, and it could work for you. And you're going to make it back. Think of it in the way you're going to make it back. So I said,
Definitely gonna make it back.
all right. Took the money, put it in an account, paid the girl by PayPal. Ugh. Girl, I've been benefit. I gotta learn something. And then the other flip side of that to my attitude is I always show up 100%. Anyway, I don't even care. Even with like last night, I said if 2 people come here, we gotta do what we gotta do.
That's it.
Just
One,
it.
was it 1, 2, 3?
Just gotta do it.
That's
Show
right.
must go on.
Show
That's
must
it.
go on. Gotta do it. And I did that and started making friends. And then those people who knew people, and then I could have honest conversations about, well, what do you do within your business, and how did you market, or just different conversations that I couldn't have with my sounding board. And that's just as honest as it gets. I got to that plateau where I was like, I don't want to talk about my business all day with them. And then plus then it alters your friendships. Because it's like,
Plus
oh
they
shit.
don't get it.
And then plus they don't
They
get
don't
it.
get it.
And if they're not doing business, they really don't
They
care.
don't
really
care.
And the value of that information is very minimal. You can't really
Yeah.
use it. Because they're just taking guesses.
Yeah.
They're taking assumptions, wild assumptions.
Yeah.
You can do that yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. That and the fact that, you got some of the naysayers too. That don't make sense. Why you flying all the way to Texas? Why you flying this way to LA? And I'm like, I got to. I don't have no choice.
Say it again, the naysayers.
Yeah, I don't have no choice.
I would have said because you don't have any answers for me.
Exactly.
Because that's what the bottom line is.
Right. They don't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
So I even grabbed that concept with the kids. Just do it. Just do it.
Mhm.
In our summer program, you know, we teach them financial literacy.
Yes.
Yeah, this year was the first year I wrote my own
Yes.
student guide for them. You know, we pinpoint what our needs and what our wants, and then we picture lifestyles as early as kindergarten. Oh, well, what house do you like? Just by pictures.
Wow. Yes.
I like that one. Well, why? Because they'll tell you why. Okay, so then what else do we need to do now so that we can get that type of house?
Mhm.
So actually, the little ones, that's the other part I love. People don't take for granted. I mean, people take for granted that the little ones don't understand nothing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they understand a whole lot. They absorb it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Best.
That's the perfect time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're not tainted. You're
Yes.
open-minded to everything. Right?
And I love it because they are learning through my actions. So I don't know if anyone has ever heard of Mike Michalakowicz. Have you ever heard of him? He wrote the book Profit First.
Okay.
He spoke to my kids.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yep. He spoke to, and it was just a hum. I was reading the book, and I said, I'm going to contact them. So then his agent or his assistant, she emailed me, hey, we love what you're doing, whatever. I said, if he doesn't speak, I don't care. You can send me anybody. She said, no, he wants to be the one to talk. And no one has ever asked him to speak to children. I said, really?
Wow.
He was like,
That's
like, yeah.
awesome.
We're going to check the schedules. We're going to get back. We're going to make it work. So we did a live film presentation. He got on Google Hangouts with them, and I let them watch his TED Talk, and they studied it. And then they had questions to ask him. And this is from 8-year-olds to 10-year-olds.
Oh,
that was in that group. And they asked him hard questions that we would never just feel comfortable asking. Well, you made your first million. What did you learn from making it? Why did you lose it? What did your family feel about you losing it?
No filter.
Yeah, no filter.
No filter.
You know,
Oh,
children,
my.
that's why you gotta love them.
You
They
know.
have none whatsoever.
Oh, my.
You know, why did you make those choices? What did you learn from those choices? And he was like, I didn't see that coming, because we didn't do any script questions before. So I didn't say, here are the questions my kids are going to ask you. No, I didn't do that. I wanted to be natural and organic, and I wanted them to have that experience of just exchanging with someone. Plus, we were working on how to get informative information from people and turn that into writing pieces. So that was what their interview was really for. And he was blown away. So then I said I would be what's the word I want to say? I would be a hypocrite if I didn't take this time to ask you about, are you going to come out with a children's line of books talking about that? And he was like, my wife has been talking about me. It's so funny that you're mentioning this.
I'm surprised you didn't do one the next day.
Yeah, that's right. Do it yourself.
I know that.
That's where the guide came from. And that's where the kids studied off of my guide this summer. So I'm going to be tweaking it
Yes, ma'am.
very, very soon.
Oh,
ma'am.
that's
So
no
that
problem about
You
the
have no
profit.
idea the stuff I need to talk to you about. This is something. You're saying that I even have to write it. You already said that.
Because I started looking again. The National Financial Literacy people, they have a whole guide, and the kid, I was gonna just buy it, and it was like $800, and we're small. My nonprofit is not run by any grants or anything. It's just us.
Well, we're going to change that.
Yeah.
We talked to you about this.
Yes.
You stop saying that.
Oh, sorry.
We're going to change that. You got grant writing wrong.
That's true. That's true. And the where was I going? Oh, so when I was looking at the kit, and the secret to my success too is I train teenagers to work for me. And everybody goes, I don't know what it is to be a teacher. I said, so what? I didn't know either.
Yeah,
I learned.
I found that amazing.
And you were the only person who picked up on that. You're the only person who made that commentary. So what I do in the summertime is I have a contract with Department of New York City for the summer youth, right? But we're partnered with the community college here.
Right.
And I give them 2 days worth of training to go at and teach our core topics. So we learn about different cultures and countries, 1 week for every country we study. we get the food from the restaurants or whatever and bring that in so the kids can have that experience. We do hands-on science experiments. We do the financial literacy class because they learn about money and they build their businesses, and then they have to film a commercial for that. Then we do theater, and then we also do health. What are we putting in our body? How does it react to us, and all that type of stuff. So those are our 5 key core classes that we teach in the summer. And, you know, I said, I need to start writing guides for this. And that's what I did, because I said, each summer I'm getting a new team, and they don't really know. So I have to start writing these guides so that it's not me over you every single day. I don't have that type of time. No, yeah, I don't. I have to micromanage you. I don't want. It's not fun. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for the business at all. It takes me away from things that are important.
Right.
Which is why I also reached this next plateau of trying to figure out how to expand so that I can put some other people in place, but I need the financial part to put those people in place so that I can continue on the vision. So I lost my track. Anyway, being persistent.
That's right. Just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. Be persistent. So, what's next? Creating your plan. If you follow my tips and become really clear, the plan will form itself. I can say that because I didn't know at one point that we had to register the business with the Department of Health, because I started bringing in kids that weren't a part of the school. And so I had to get my SAC license. That's the school-age child care license, right? And I was getting that, and it was so funny because of what I already knew. I already had my parent guide, right? So when parents come in, do you have a parent handbook? Done, because they need to see that. Do you have your fire drills and all these different, the small documents that it takes that we need inside the school? I just brought them over into the business. But I was ready, because I didn't know that's what they was going to ask for. I didn't know what they were going to ask for, but I was just happy that I already had it. So when they even asked me, what does the your program structure looks like, I said, well, which version would you like? Our summer's version, our school year version, what? I can give you both, because I had already thought about it. When people laugh, people from around the neighborhood saw me outside, sitting on the bench with all these catalogs. What are you doing? Oh, honey, I'm planning my program. They didn't get it. But if you ask any of them, they will tell you, we remember when she was sitting outside, everybody just hanging out, talking, doing nothing. I was sitting there participating by ears, but not by mind. I was literally, okay, these little buckets that hold the books is $6. I need about 15 of them. Let me add that up. Let me add this up. Do I have parent contracts? What does that look like? Do I have enrollment forms? I'll just build them. And hanging out at the same time. Crazy. I don't know what's wrong with me. But who is your audience? I started studying all the schools in this district and realized they all had a problem. All of them. How will you reach them? Well, I already knew that I still had this one as a contact. So even if we didn't run the program in here, I still had access to the parents in here. What are the costs for you to get started? Again, I started looking at the different catalogs. What is it? How much these books cost? Books cost a lot of money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we still don't have class sets yet. I can't afford them just yet. But they cost. And now I've been trying to figure out, except for a company called First Book, they donate certain things. Or they'll get the books for you when you charge 75 cents a book or something like that.
You're going to stop saying it.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you that. I'm just speaking my truths at the current moment.
From the South, and we still spank.
Oh my.
No, all right. How quick can you make your investment back? Something else that I do is the gift baskets and stuff. So I'm very creative. And I would look to see how much the baskets cost by the pieces, and then we resell them back out. So I always look to see how can I make my money back off of any idea that I put out. And that's something to really get clear on. You got to get clear with your money. And so many of us are not clear with our money, or how we spend it, where it goes, where we lose it. My kids, I eat it. And stuff like that. How can you expand your services and your reach? So one thing is for nothing. I don't take nothing for granted. Like I said, this is the same boss who was not willing to pay me, right? But he invited me back to work to do this contract. But we've had some nuisances. So what did I do? I bought out a web platform. So I started teaching my kids online because just in case we lose our space, I can virtually teach.
What I'm here for.
Yes, you do. Listen, the best thing another female said to me was, options need options. Okay. And I held on to that. And I was like, that is deep. And she was like, oh, it's just something I be saying. And I was like, no, you don't know how deep that is. My options need options. Yeah.
That's right.
That's true. Always.
So I started thinking in umbrella platforms. You know, with like I said, last night's fashion show, putting our logo on all these different things. None of the kids walk around with our stuff on unless it's the summertime. And we just started that this year. But having options for them to buy into, as well as the cereal that I'm not supposed to talk about. If we can offer breakfast and stuff to the kids in the morning, why not be my brand?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. That's why I'm saying that's why.
Flip that hair, girl.
All be
Oh my.
Having reading for Smile cereal.
Yeah. Option 1, option 2, and option 3. That's exactly what they are called. Until the kids vote.
That one.
And I had to think about how long will it take for you to establish that reach. Whatever that is for you. Everybody's reach and goals are different. I started putting myself on timetables just for specific things.
There you go.
Only because my brain go a little crazy. I always got about 50 ideas, so I'm learned to start writing them down, which was advice from Allison. Girl, put them on a note card somewhere and put them in a box. Anytime you feel like you need a new idea, just put it in the box, because it'll take you off of your focused goal. But I was like, you don't understand, I got to do different things because I need the money. So I get creative on different things just for that purpose, to sustain the company. So that's where that comes from. And something that I also learned too that I'm happy to start planning out for is I never had a financial goal. And it wasn't until at a very intimate lunch session with Trevor Otts, Abrielle Franks Hunt, Noah St. John. I don't know if you know Noah. Noah is author. And I said, look, y'all talking about issues that I don't have, right? I ain't got no fear of nothing. I'll put anything out there. I'll try. I'll give it the win. If it don't work, I'll just say, all right, it didn't work. We chuck it up and keep it moving. So I don't have that. And Trevor said, you are not dreaming big enough. I said, oh, ouch. I was like, yes, I am. He was like, you got to get stretched. I said, all right, note to self. Noah said, you need to start doing some daily routines that will help take things into existence for you. So I was like, what does that mean? Read my book, Affirmations. I was like, all right, I got my book. And it was true. We don't ask ourselves enough questions about what we want and what we need to get there. So one of the examples he said was, if I tell you the sky is red, you're going to say automatically no, right? But your brain is processing on putting itself together to work for an answer. If I told you that it was, I don't know, cobalt blue or something, your brain is going to stop and it's going to think. You need to ask those type of questions to yourself about your business. What's going to make you stop and think? What is it that you can do to take it to the next level? What have you not offered within your packaging? Let's remarket some things. I was like, all right. Then Abrielle said, girl, please, you need to start doing some videos and stuff. You need to get your message out there. You are not making yourself present enough.
Yes.
I said, oh. But these are conversations that I would never have had if I didn't pay the money. to go sit with them and be in the room with them. And it was a real great insight. And I was blessed to meet Cassandra through that same insight. It was so funny too with Dr. Venus. We were on the phone. I said, "No, be quiet, because one day I'm gonna afford to be able to go to your little conference." And then this year, when she came to New York, because I said, "You don't know, you need to come to New York. Why not?" I don't know. Which I can totally understand now. One, it costs money, and two, if you can't fill a room and all that type of stuff, there's different things out there with that. So I understand. Which is why I don't mind paying and flying out to places. To learn and meet those things. And I'm looking at that, and this year when she came to New York for her blueprint, we were all there, and I knew the sale was coming, right? So, of course. And I was like, I'm in. And she was like, "Oh, we have payment plans." I said, "I don't need one. I made enough that I can just say, here, swipe that this year."
All right now.
Go, girl.
Yes. Clap to you.
This is the most money we've made in the business. First of all, thank God for my accountant, because she do everything for me for free.
Yes, ma'am. That's another class.
Yes. So she did our taxes this year, and the page where it shows you from year to year to year, and it was so crazy because year one was $3,000 and something dollars. Year two was like $6,000 or $8,000. Then I seen 10. No, I might be wrong. Anyway, long story short, last year was 18. This year was 41.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I made double my money, girl. Now, mind you, I don't get a dime from the organization itself because I sit on as the board chair. But to know that we were able to gross that much, I was like, oh, we're winning. No wonder why we got extra pencils and stuff sitting around here.
We gotta come and tell you where the parents got to buy all that.
Yeah.
We'll
Talk about that too.
We're going to come up with an action plan.
So, I was like, she was like, "You did great this year." And I'm like, "Really? I don't know. I ain't feel it. I ain't see it either." But one of the questions, again, posed at that same table was, "Well, what's your budget?" And I was like, "I don't know." "Well, how much money what is your goal?" I said, "Nobody has never asked me that question. Nobody didn't. I know how to make money for when me and my kids need it. I sell tea and coffee. Nobody don't hear me talk about that at all until I need it for those kids. Tea and coffee paid for our bus trip to Jersey for them to go to Liberty Science Center."
You're not leaving, are you?
She said, "You're not leaving, are you?" You watching the door.
You don't want to be here with us?
You don't want to.
I gotta watch the door. Yeah. I'll check it out on the street. Thanks, though.
So it's been quite a great year. It's been a quite great year, and I'm just happy to be able to say that that's what we accomplished. And now to start thinking of, I better have me some financial goals so we can do it. Stop hustling.
There we
That's
go.
what it was. And I brought my hustle mentality into this business. So that's something that I learned from within this year, that I have to kind of transition my hustle and let that go. Because it was limiting me for, I got to get this money for right now, versus what we doing for the whole year. How can I make sure I get $100,000 in here? Because now that's my new goal. Since I seen 41, I was like, we did 41? How are we doing 80,000? How are we doing 100,000? Can we get 300,000? 500,000?
Yes, ma'am.
1 million.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I told you I gotta replace that money I spent. Well, I can't say. Yes. Yes. Then boom. I want everyone to just take 3 to 4 minutes to think about what I said and what it connects to your own business or your business ideas that you have. And with your business in mind, think of 2 or 3 questions that you want to get clear on and have our expert Cassandra or myself address later on.
We writing it down.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
see,
write
y'all
that.
write
Yes,
that
yes,
down.
yes, yes, yes. And my little hefty dad. That's all right.
Yeah, you have
We
enough
want
pens?
4 color printers. Oh, you can have mine, honey. Oh, sorry. I know Barbara come up here. I'm writing a whole lot.
Oh, would you need one of these?
No.
Oh, the pen?
Yeah, I'll let him borrow my pen. I should have brought my pen.
You want another one?
Yeah,
we
you
got
have
some.
another pen?
Oh, I'm writing down notes for you.
Thank you. Oh, you projected things already set up, so I'll just. Think the time is up, right? All right. Meet our expert, Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson. Let me read you guys her.
Oh, God.
I did the short version for my thing,
Oh, thank
but-
you.
and I put the long version in here so that people could take home and
A
think
lot of
about it.
reading. You know, black people have to read.
I don't know. But I'm just 2 now, so you know.
You can't say that because we in the library.
Yes. Hello.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Cassandra Bradford Wilson is the founder of Run Women's Conference, a small business coach and consultant specializing in business structure, minority women-owned business certifications, and contracts. She helps out nonprofits, 501c3s, and RWC is an empowerment group,
Yeah.
building relationships and the power of networking. So without further ado, let's clap for my Cassandra.